Okay, good morning. Let's see what we got. Let's run through the S&P real fast here. It looks like we're respecting VWAP this morning. I was already in a trade this morning. I took a bounce down here, and then I'm sorry, took the bounce down here, and then took it up here. Took the reversal up here at the as it popped up the 90-minute VWAP extension. And I'm going to pull it down. I'm looking for this range here for support for the day. So what am I looking at? I'm looking at this for support around the 45.52, 45.47. 45.50 is about the midpoint. So I'm looking at about 45.50 for the midpoint. And I'm looking for a recovery back up in this area, at least minimum we're looking at as the bottom of that daily of this right here. Today's high. I think we may bust today's high, going back up if we recover off of this zone. If we come down and recover off this guy, I think we're going to head back up here. We're going to rally and head back up here. I'm looking at my charts here. We're back below the 200. The 200 was, see that green and red and green and red? That was just, it's just choppy, okay? Came back up here, came back above the daily VWAP as it did here, rejected here, came back up, rejected here, okay? Let's see what we look at on my moving average cloud. My moving average cloud says that we're going down. You can see the 200 here. You can see the moving average cloud here. We popped above it once, popped above it twice, came back up to RTH open, as you can see on this chart here. There's RTH open. Came right back up to RTH open, and now we're selling off. Okay. Now this zone here I mentioned previously. This zone here has been acting as support all night long. So if we bust that, we're gonna run people's stops down here. Folks that are long, we're going to run their stops. If we bounce back up here, then we're going to go back up. Okay, here's my value lines. I've got value area low down here. Okay, so every time we come down into this, here's your value area low, Here's your 3-day value area low down here, which was yesterday's bottom. Okay, if we come back up in this area, there's your RTH value area low. This is probably going to be some significant support down to this area. If we push through it, we're going to come down here. Okay. Here's your VPOC. Here's your Globex. Here's the Globex value area high. So once we come back down here, I know there's probably a lot of guys down here that are just waiting in bated breath to go long, and it's almost to cash market open. So a lot of guys are going to go thinking about going long down in this area here. And their targets would be up here. Settlement price from yesterday. And here's your Globex value area high. You got RTH VPOC from yesterday. You got all this stuff here. Okay. So there's all your support, your resistance upside. Okay. And we flipped over on the here on the RSI. RSI went short here, long here, came back in. That would have been a stop out, and then short up here. You have to keep your stops back, but short down here, and now that's playing out rather nicely. Okay, on this is kind of just a bear chart with pivots on it. So you've got S1 down here for the day. You got your support. You got your pivot, which was up here. There's your 3-day VPOC, and then it just came down from there. So your pivot, your R1 is R1's all the way up here at 45.92. So I'd be watching yesterday's resistance levels, and yesterday's resistance levels were wherever yesterday's high was. Okay, yesterday's high was way up here, and I'd be watching in this zone right up here, 45.90 to 45.95 for an upside target. if we go back upside, okay? So anyway, that's the 5-minute analysis. Have a great day and trade green, guys, okay? Trade green.